I don't know about you, but I used to not be able to talk for very long. I used to walk up to people, be able to talk for about 30 seconds, and then just have dead silence and blank space. I didn't know how to continue a conversation or keep it going for very long. Does that happen to you? It was very frustrating because I would just draw blanks and people would look at me like I'm the most stupid person in the world. But what I realized is that I can change this, I can be in control of this. So all this changed for me when I discovered something called the web, and you only need your hand to do it. In this video, I'm gonna show you the web, okay? It's gonna give you an instant result right away. So you might believe that in order to talk a long time, you have to have a lot of things prepared in your mind. For example, a subject every 5 minutes or something you want to go over every 5 minutes. That's actually not true. It's not the case. You're wrong, bro. You're wrong. You've been lied to. That's not how it works. Some of the common beliefs that probably hold you back are, well, I'm not that intelligent. You know, what I have to say is not that interesting. And it doesn't have to be interesting. As long as you're on the same subject, but how you're expressing it is changing, people will ultimately pay attention. You also might think to yourself, well, I'm not that engaging or that fun or entertaining. You don't have to be. It's not about the energy you put forward or how exciting it is that what you're saying is. It's more about if you can continually bring up new things. So many years ago, I was doing my first free tour, which is an event where I'm up on stage for about 3 hours and I have to talk. And at the time, I didn't know I was gonna talk for 3 hours. In fact, I thought I was gonna talk for just 5 minutes. And all of a sudden I get the phone call, and the phone call is, you know what, hey, we're really sorry, but Owen, AKA Tyler, can't make it to the event, and you gotta talk. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm up here, I'm just gonna shut down, it's gonna be so embarrassing, and it's gonna just, I'm gonna make a fool out of myself. And then I started just looking at my hand, and I started to remember something I heard a long time ago, and this is called the web. I'm gonna give you a simple mindset shift along with the technique I'm about to show you. The mindset shift is you don't need to be able to talk about many things. You just need to be able to talk about what you want to talk about in a little bit more detail, a little bit more passionately, and breaking it down to subcategories. And if you had that, you can talk about something for a long time. I'm willing to bet you have an area of expertise about a subject, but you just don't get really that deep into it because you're like, people aren't going to want to know about this, not going to want to know about that, so you don't share it that much. But if you did that, things would change. People often believe that I talk about inner game and inner social skills, but there's also a quick technique that I can teach you. I'm gonna show you these today in this video because I think it's important you realize the practical things that you can do to make an impact in your conversations. So I'm gonna explain the web to you and how this works. All you need to do is look at your hand. That's it. Just take your hand like this, put it up against the screen in front of you, and realize that with your hand, you have 5 fingers, obviously. When you look at your hand, what is that to you? Well, from a conversations perspective, to me, the hand is 5 subcategories. 5 subcategories of a topic, all right? So if we want to talk about, for example, the Notre Dame Basilica over here in Montreal, we can talk about the one here in Montreal, we can talk about the one in Paris that burnt down, we can talk about churches worldwide, we can talk about what? Architecture, and for good measure, maybe even religion. And there we go. We have 5 subtopics on the category of the Notre Dame Basilica, which I'm in front of. And the amazing thing about the web that I haven't even mentioned right here is that for each subcategory, there's more subcategories. So if I talk about architecture, right, for example, I can talk about architecture in churches, architecture in schools, architecture in Rome, architecture in Greece, architecture in the Middle East, in Egypt. And that could be like that, like a picture like a thumb, and it has 5 on it. I can go to this finger, okay? This finger could be about religion, and this could have 5. Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, Islam, Taoism, or I don't know, Catholicism, all right? So every one of those initial 5 can have a off branch of 5. This is actually how I learned to talk and talk forever. And I never ran out of things to say because I can constantly go back to those subcategories and categories there at a seminar, or if I'm giving a presentation, or I'm just talking to somebody in a park about a subject, something that I like on a romantic date. I can always go back to all the things that I have and further expand on them, okay? It's all changed for me when I realized something called the Goldfish Theory, okay? And what that is that people don't necessarily care too much that the subject is changing. They care more that the content is changing. So the overall subject doesn't have to change. You can talk about one subject for an hour, what they care about is the content changing in that subject. kind of picture like how a goldfish has short memory and just want to stay attracted to the next thing that's happening.
Ooh, food, ooh, plant, ooh, water, ooh, food, ooh, plant, ooh, water, ooh, food, ooh, plant, water.
It's all in the fishbowl. They just care about the content changing, not the overall subject. So you can apply this to your conversations, where in your conversations you change the individual points that you're making, but the subject matter stays the same. If you want to see me do this live, I can actually demonstrate this for you in real time and break it down for you in my Smooth Conversation Challenge. I have a video up there where I show you how to do this in real time. You can do it along with me, okay? So there's a link that'll pop up here down below, either in the description or the comment section. If you're on Instagram, it's in my bio. Check out that link and I'll give you a demonstration of how to actually do this in real time so you can see what it looks like to go into these 5 subcategories. Now, is this gonna make you a master conversationalist right away? No. But it gives you a little bit of hope, a little bit of a confidence where you're stuck in a conversation and you just look down at your hand and you're like, oh, the web, got it. So click the link in the description, in the bio, in the comments, wherever it is. If you're on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook, click that link and it'll take you to the 7-day Smooth Conversation Challenge. It is 100% free. And it's designed to give you a whole bunch of techniques just like this to have you be a great conversationalist, at least get you started on the ball. Okay? Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the group. Peace.